Welcome to the Northern Medina County Chamber Alliance's television show, Buzz on Business. I'm today's host, Mark Preby, and with me is Amanda Liptak from Nutrient Rich Life Nutrition Coaching. Amanda, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
So I want to hear a little bit about your business because it's a fascinating business. So let's just start with a 30,000-foot view. What is Nutrient Rich Life all about?
So Nutrient Rich Life Nutrition Coaching, I started 10 years ago.
Okay.
We just had our 10-year anniversary this past June. So super exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And so I really wanted to, I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I've been doing this 22 years, and I have a passion for helping people transform their life in mind and body. And so I really wanted to bring that whole concept to clients and start to work with people one-on-one and perhaps in group as well, which we did add over the years, to really enhance their life. You know, people sometimes just consider the food piece, and I think that's what sets us apart from other organizations out there, is that we really focus on the connection between mind, body, and spirit. You know, the body is all one, so often we want to disconnect the body, and we want to say, like, if we just do these things, if we just check off these boxes, if we count these calories, but really it's all about feeling aligned with what you're doing, and that's going to lead to a more sustainable approach for you, and that's what's going to yield the results. We don't want people just to lose weight.
Right.
We want them to keep off the weight for good. So we want to stop that yo-yo dieting cycle in people.
Well, now you see things like certain prescription medicines out that might solve the problem, but doesn't really go to the core of what maybe the symptoms are causing people maybe to be living unhealthy, right? So.
For sure. And what people don't understand is research, the early research on those things, are showing that 2/3 of the population that do opt to take a semaglutide injectable will actually regain the weight back after stopping that. And so it's going to be interesting to see as that develops what kind of research is actually going to be available to us.
Yeah.
A big piece to that is that a lot of people aren't working with a nutrition professional to really dial in on why have they been not able to sustain habits over time, and how can they build healthy habits, how can they work with the drug and not against it, because there's a lot of nuances that take place when you are taking a semaglutide. And so you need to understand, what are the symptoms,
right?
What is your body going to start doing, what's it going to feel like, and how can you work to enhance that instead of really kind of running into a lot of roadblocks and challenges.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what the data says long term.
For sure.
So I love your passion, right? So I'm just curious, who do you work with? Do you work with individuals? Is it groups? Is it companies, families, everybody? What's that look like?
Yeah, for sure. So the majority of our clients are women, but we also do work with men.
Okay.
And we recently have just added insurance as a form of payment.
That has to be huge for you.
It is a huge shift in the dynamic of our organization. For 10 years, we've been cash pay only. So adding the insurance piece allows us to serve more people, and that's what I've been really feeling called to do. So it's been a huge undertaking, but I'm so glad that we're pushing forward with it. And we're now accepting Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, that's great.
And we're going to start taking Medical Mutual and Medicare soon. So those are going to open up a whole,
a whole new line of opportunity. Yeah.
For sure. But that's going to also allow us to work with more adolescents.
Okay.
So, age 12 and up, we'll be working with, young folks who have, a lot of things that they need to work on with their nutrition. Maybe are undergoing some, GI distress and need some guidance. Mom and dad need some guidance on what to do to dial into that as well. So that'll be something that's coming really, really soon. But we really focus on 3 things in our practice.
Okay.
All right. We focus on incorporating mindset strategies and the emotional well-being of the person. And we look at also creating a foundation for nutrition based on whole foods. We believe in a whole food first approach, right?
Not processed foods?
Supplementation is great, but supplementation is not your nutrition. It's to bridge the gap in your nutrition, right? And then we also focus on and offer nutritional testing from a functional and holistic perspective. So offering that biomarkers can be very, very beneficial to assessing
Interesting.
someone's health at a cellular level. And just digging a little bit deeper, because there's always going to be those people that need more.
Right.
And so that's something that we can do as well. So those are kind of like the three things that we really focus on, and allows us to help people with inflammatory diseases, with gut issues and GI issues, and also any kind of like emotional stress that they've been dealing with, trying to change their health.
Yeah. So can you work and help people locally? What's sort of that model look like?
Yeah, well, we are mainly a telehealth company.
Okay. Yeah.
So we work with people all over the world, actually, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
But most recently, we joined the chamber in October of 23.
Okay.
And
you've been very involved since you've joined.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
and I think that's like, I've had so much fun being involved in the chamber. I have met so many amazing people, business owners that are just really transforming this area. And I've collaborated with them in multiple ways. I've hired them, I've utilized their services, become friends.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's added a lot of personal value to my life, but also has helped grow my business immensely as well. So I think it's just like a win-win, you know.
I love
We've really never branched out locally in the 10 years that we've been in business, which is really interesting. It's really opened my eyes to really what's going on here in the Brunswick, Medina area. And there's a lot of really cool things under development. So
well, we're glad you're part of it.
I'm excited to be a part of it. Yeah.
If people wanted to learn more, you have a website, I assume. Is that the best place to go and connect with you?
We do. We're at nutrientrichlife.org.
Okay.
And they can, go to our website, take a look around. We have a ton of testimonials. We have Google reviews.
Excellent.
We have a write-up on our, one-on-one approach.
Yeah.
We also do some group coaching. Most recently, what you won't find on our website, though, is we have added corporate wellness.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my background is actually in corporate wellness and training. Prior to opening up my practice, I was the director of training and development for a very large food service organization.
Okay, great.
And so we created in-house wellness programs for the organization and our clients for clinical and non-clinical training. So it's something that I have a passion about.
That's exciting, yeah.
And I love getting in front of the organizations and talking about all the things and just getting people fired up about nutrition and what that can look like, whether we're planting the seed or we're engaging in a longer term wellness, program for the company. I think one of our advantages is that I would consider us more of a boutique in that way, because we're small enough where we're able to really scale and offer individual programs for the organization to find out really what's important to them so that they can grow. But also we're experienced enough where we're bringing that value. So that's something that we've been getting into in the last year and a half, and it's really been a lot of fun too.
Well, Amanda, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Glad you're part of the chamber and glad to hear about your business.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.